From the NMSU Department of Journalism and Media Studies in collaboration with KRWG, this is the student-produced News 22, where news matters.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Andrew Acosta.
And I'm Carpio Grego. Well, it was a nasty day for weather today in southern New Mexico, Andrew, and and far west Texas as well, because strong winds kicked up this afternoon, and Las Cruces was put under a dust storm warning that ended at 5 o'clock.
Here's video from the NMSU campus from earlier this afternoon. Not many people wanted to brave the elements. Las Cruces was under a dust storm warning today until 5 p.m. Visibility was less than a quarter mile with strong winds gusting up to 50 miles per hour. This video is of I-10 west of Las Cruces around 4 o'clock, where semi-trailer trucks had pulled onto the side of the highway until it was safe to continue. Here's the same video of I-10 on Mesquite at the same time. Deming resident Alfredo Enriquez shot this video as he drove through Deming. Dust storms can lead to dangerous driving conditions. If caught in one, pull off the road, turn off your lights, and keep your foot off the brake. Strong winds are expected to continue around midnight, with gusts up to 40 miles per hour. It's been rather windy, hasn't it, today?
It has, Andrew, and the weather today wasn't very great. Raven, what can you tell us about that?
Yeah. Hello, everyone. My name is Raven. We're going to take a look at our current conditions. Obviously, we all know it's been windy here in a lot of places in New Mexico. Today, the skies were cloudy because of it. We had a temperature of 62 degrees right now. We have some winds coming at 21 miles per hour from the southwest. We have a humidity of 25%, a dew point of 26 degrees, and a barometer of 29.78. Today, our high was at 72 degrees, 60 for our average, and 41 degrees for our low. We have a record high of 83 in 1972 and 18 degrees in 1977. There is no precipitation today, however, the year is at 0.05 inches. Let's check in with Andrew now.
A growing healthcare crisis is unfolding in New Mexico.
That's right. The state faced a physician shortage fueled by concerns over malpractice claims and rising insurance costs. News 22's Giandra Hernandez is here with more on this developing story.
Lawmakers and medical professionals are looking for a solution as they warn that patient care will continue to suffer without action.
All of you so very much for coming today.
New Mexico has long faced challenges in healthcare access, particularly in rural areas, but now an increasing number of physicians are leaving the state or retiring early. They blame rising malpractice insurance claims and legal concerns. They say the current system is unsustainable.
I've been trying to hire somebody in my place for about the last 3 years to do sleep medicine in Las Cruces because I've become too old and I couldn't find anyone, because of the fact we've been losing physicians for a long period of time.
According to the New Mexico Medical Society, the state has lost a significant number of healthcare providers over the last few years. The patient-to-provider ratio is about 1,500 to 1, making it hard for patients to find a primary care provider and the proper care they need. That forces patients to travel hours out of state for basic medical care. Today I'm here at the New Mexico State Capitol, where thousands have gathered to talk about important issues within legislation, one of the biggest being the loss of physicians and malpractice. A busload of doctors came here to lobby for Senate Bill 176. If passed, it would reform medical malpractice law by capping attorney fees and change how the Patient Compensation Fund pays out patients. The Patient Compensation Fund is a state-run system that provides medical malpractice liability coverage. It also provides money to compensate injured patients and to recruit and retain physicians in New Mexico.
So is it a good system? No, it's not. However, we need to find a solution to this that not only is attractive to doctors, but also takes care of patients.
The current bill would prioritize patient needs and safety in New Mexico by redirecting 75% of punitive damages towards improving healthcare. This funding will support better training for healthcare workers and increase staffing levels, aiming to reduce the risk of future malpractice incidents. But State Senator Carrie Hamblin says the problem is with insurance companies.
Because we have insurance companies that are charging doctors exorbitant premiums for their medical malpractice. But then we also have insurance companies who are not committing to taking care of people who have been victims of medical negligence.
She says that while there is no definitive solution at this time, ongoing discussions are necessary to find the best outcome for all parties involved. And doctors say if there's no change, the situation will get worse. Giandra Hernandez, News 22. The bill is currently pending in the Health and Public Affairs Committee of the New Mexico State Senate. This legislative session is set to end on April 11th.
Well, Andrew, I don't know if you heard about this, but the man accused of a fatal shooting at a Las Cruces Sonic restaurant this past Tuesday is in custody of the U.S. Marshals. KVI-TV in El Paso reports that the U.S. Marshals shot 21-year-old Luciano Frias yesterday afternoon in the El Paso Lower Valley.
Frias reportedly got into an argument with his coworker inside the Sonic restaurant on Foothills. He then shot his coworker at least once. The Las Cruces police and firefighters showed up to the 20-year-old Benjamin Hernandez suffering from at least one gunshot wound. He was pronounced dead on the scene. KVIA reports Frias was wounded, but we don't know the extent of his wounds.
And 3 years after the death of James Garcia, a man was found guilty of his murder.
In 2021, Joel Arciniega Sainz stabbed Garcia 85 times with a small switchblade near Apodaca Park. Sainz then decapitated Garcia with severed his finger. The defendant proceeded to, quote, play soccer with the victim's head following the murder. The verdict came after a lengthy legal process marked by challenges surrounding the defendant's competency, according to a release from the 3rd Judicial District Attorney's Office. New Mexico Police Chief Troy Weisler has released a statement following the DWI.
After a week of their own, the New Mexico State Police arrested Officer Rachel Hell last week on aggravated DWI charges. State Police Chief Weisler states the following: I was extremely disappointed to learn that one of my officers had been arrested. Officer Hall was immediately placed on administrative leave. Now she chose to resign before an internal investigation could be completed, and I remain committed to holding all my officers accountable for their actions.
Police here on NMSU campus face many of the same problems of a small city. Among those problems is thievery.
That's right, Andrew. Every day students here are robbed of their transportation, and News22's Brian Ochoa has the story.
Right in front of Garcia Hall, where these racks are here.
Pete DeLeon is a freshman at NMSU. In September, his bike was stolen.
I definitely would have utilized the racks inside, but at the time I just didn't see anything available, so.
He reported the theft to NMSU police, but he didn't hear back from them.
No, because I just couldn't find information more on the bike, and they did need more information, so.
NMSU police say it's a growing problem all over campus.
There has been an increase related to property crimes, specific to our bicycle and scooter larcenies.
From June 1st, 2024 through February 9th, 2025, police records show 37 bicycles and 32 motorized scooters have been reported stolen.
Working with our community, trying to build the trust.
Chief Dunnan said that there are things students can do to reduce their chances of being a victim.
Making sure that they properly secure their items, properly secure their bicycle scooter to a rack utilizing the U-locks rather than the cable locks.
And Pete? He's throwing in the towel. He decided walking to class and not worrying about a stolen bike is the best thing he can do. Brian Ochoa, News22.
Now you're going to want to stay tuned because Raven's going to be back with their national forecast. Welcome back. You're watching News22 Thursday,
where news matters. Another New Mexican is dead apparently from the measles. The State Department of Health says the person was from Lee County and was not vaccinated. The official cause of death is still under investigation, but the Department of Health confirms the presence of the measles virus. The new case brings the total number of New Mexico cases to 10. All cases have residents of Lee County. 7 of the cases were unvaccinated, while the remaining 3 have unknown vaccination histories. And now Raven is next with our national weather, and it is mean.
Before that, it's time to spring forward because daylight savings time is near. Sunday, we'll turn our clocks ahead 1 hour at 2 a.m. This means that we'll lose an hour of sleep. The annual seasonal change event brings longer days and shorter nights. Arizona is the only state that does not participate. We can expect to fall back on November 2nd. And just like the time changes, the weather around the nation has been a little extreme these days. We're going to start off here in El Paso with 74 degrees. We're seeing a lot of wind speeds here in New Mexico and in the upper parts of Texas, like Albuquerque here has 65 degrees. However, it is windy, as well as Phoenix, places like Oklahoma City, and then of course we go over here to Buffalo and New York and Boston with the winds. Now on to my next map, we're going to be taking a look at the wind speeds. In our area, we're seeing around 45 and possibly even higher wind speeds, especially today and in the past week. We're going to be seeing a lot of winds here in the northeastern area as well, ranging from the 19 miles per hour up to at least 40. And of course, now on my next map, we're going to be checking the surface radar. We're going to be looking at some cold fronts happening. They're coming in from the west and they're hitting places like New Mexico as well as Colorado, and they might even go into areas such as Texas and other states farther away. We're seeing some snowfall in a lot of places around the nation, and we are going to be continuing to see these types of temperatures. Now that's all I have, but do not go anywhere because I will be back with your local weather forecast. Welcome back, everyone. I just want to start off by saying that most of these cities in the upcoming weekend are going to be seeing a lot of either snowfall, rain, or wind conditions. So if you are traveling for spring break, be careful. Now let's take a look. Farmington here has 47, Santa Fe with 45, Albuquerque 53, Clovis here with 63, Gallup 40, Ruidoso has 46, Roswell with 66, 62 here in Las Cruces, and then 61 in Deming. Tomorrow we are going to be seeing a small, slight change, 45 in Farmington, Santa Fe with 48, Clovis here 67, Roswell 73, Socorro with 61, Gallup with 41, Albuquerque 56, 63 here in Las Cruces, and in Deming 68. Tonight in Alamogordo, we're going to be seeing partly cloudy skies, a little bit of breeze, and it's going to be 41 as our low, 66 tomorrow for our high, and windy as well. And in Truth or Consequences, it will be windy tonight as well, 39 as our low. It might be raining tomorrow with 62 for our high. And in Silver City, it's going to be clear tonight. It is going to be chilly with 30 as our low, 49 tomorrow as our high, very cold, and of course raining as well. And here in Las Cruces, it will be 41 as the low, windy still, 68 tomorrow for a high with a 40% chance of rain tomorrow. Now let's check it back at the desk.
And Mia Aragon is next with your sports.
Thanks, guys. Coming up in sports, the NMSU's basketball coach is receiving recognition for all his hard work. You can toss that remote because News 22 Sports is next.
This is KRWG-TV News 22 Sports.
For the win! He got it!
Welcome back, I'm Mia Aragon, and let's talk sports. NMSU men's basketball head coach Jason Hooten has been named a finalist for the Skip Prosser Man of the Year award. Being only the head coach from the Conference USA to be selected as a finalist this year, this award is given each year to a Division I coach who is not only excels in basketball, but also demonstrates character and leadership. This is the 4th time in Hooten's career that he has been named a finalist and his first time as the head coach of the Aggies. Having previously received the recognition in 2019, 2022, and 2023. Speaking of the men's basketball, your Aggies are on their final road trip for this year's season. On tonight, though, the Aggies are playing at Louisiana Tech. New Mexico State is fighting to stay the 4th seed in Conference USA as they face heavy pressure from the 5th seed Kennesaw State. With the win, the Aggies will only be 1 game back from the Liberty Flames, which would make Saturday's date with the Sam Houston Bearcats a make or break following the road trip. The Conference USA team will kick off in Huntsville, Alabama on March 11th. Softball America named New Mexico State's Desiree Spearman as the 3rd highest utility player for the month of February. In her freshman year, she earned both player and freshman year of honors for the Conference USA. Spearman leads the conference on slugging and base percentage, and in the month of February alone, she has already hit 10 home runs and recorded 29 RBIs. This weekend, Spearman will lead the Aggies as they begin their first Conference USA series of the season. All games can be streamed on ESPN+. And that's all for tonight's Sports Tonight. Join us for more sports action next week. Still ahead on News 22, Raven will be back to take a look at your 5D weather forecast.
Welcome back. Let's take a look at our top stories of the night.
A growing healthcare crisis is unfolding in New Mexico. The man accused of a fatal shooting at Las Cruces Sonic restaurant this past Tuesday is in custody of U.S. Marshals. And another New Mexican is dead, apparently from the measles.
Well, Raven, today was not great. But it's not going to be like that all week, is it? I don't want to feel like I'm on Dune all week.
Well, I may have to disappoint you a bit. Let's take a look at our 5-day weather forecast. We're going to be seeing some rain tomorrow, 40% chance, like I said earlier, 68 as the high and 35 for our low. It will be windy on Saturday again, 57 for our high, 33 for our low. On Sunday and Monday, it will be sunny though. Nice day, 67, 36, 74, 37. And on Tuesday, it will be mostly cloudy, a little breezy and a little hazy, 70 for our high and 40 for our low.
And that's all for News 22 Thursday. Thank you everyone for joining us tonight.
Now we're taking a bit of a hiatus for spring break, just like you guys. You guys be safe out there. I'm Carpio Grego.
And I'm Andrew Acosta, and from the whole News 22 team, Carpio, Raven, Mia, and myself, have a good night. But don't go anywhere, because Emilia Albornoz will be back with Noticias 22 right after this.
This news brief en español is brought to you by Noticias 22, la información más completa de Nuevo México, El Paso y la frontera. Noticias 22.
Buenas tardes, les acompaña Emilia Albornoz hoy en Noticias 22. En la frontera de Nuevo México y Texas se han presenciado extremas tormentas de arena durante los últimos días. Los fuertes vientos han comenzado esta semana y Las Cruces recibió una advertencia de tormenta que terminó alrededor de las 5 de la tarde el día de hoy. De acuerdo con el Departamento de Transporte de Nuevo México, la visibilidad era de menos de un cuarto de milla con intensos vientos de hasta 50 millas por hora. Este acontecimiento dejó a varias áreas en la carretera I-10 cubiertas de arena y con poca visibilidad. Esto provoca riesgos hacia los conductores frecuentes en la zona. Si usted se queda atrapado en una tormenta, salga de la carretera, apague las luces y mantenga el pie fuera del freno. El Departamento de Salud del Estado de Nuevo México confirma la muerte de un nuevo hombre con nacionalidad mexicana no vacunado a causa de sarampión. La causa oficial de la muerte aún se encuentra bajo investigación, aunque el Departamento de Salud ha confirmado la presencia del virus de sarampión en el caso. Este incidente eleva a 10 el número total de casos confirmados de sarampión en el estado. Todos los casos hasta ahora han sido reportados en el condado de Lea y 7 de ellos corresponden a personas que no estaban vacunadas, mientras que los otros 3 casos restantes tienen historiales de vacunación desconocidos. El Departamento de Salud de Nuevo México continúa investigando y proporcionando información sobre cómo prevenir esta enfermedad, que es altamente contagiosa y mortal si no se trata adecuadamente. Las autoridades de salud han reiterado. Gracias, esto ha sido todo por mi parte de hoy. Que tengan una buena noche.